Alright, went and got the box. Okay, this is a review. You can see. Or can you see? Well, there's the specs there. Not sure how you would say that. Chtoocy? Chtoocy, maybe? Anyway, the box is empty. I already installed it. I don't know if I have... I don't have the sheet with it, but I can give you some of the specs. Now remember, this one here does not work off of motion, so you won't have any or almost no false alarms on it. It's a 1-year warranty, you know. Yeah, up to a half-mile range. My driveway is 300 feet at least, probably just over, and it has no problem. The only problem I had is the unit outside is black and it's solar powered. Is the fact that the USB cable just plugs into the bottom of it, and anyway, it's not the best design. So from the expansion and contraction, the USB cable actually came part way out, believe it or not, and the sensor wasn't sensing, obviously. So I had to fix that. So anyway, the sensor, which is this part here, okay, that has a 12-foot radius. So you want to have it, you know, this is the driveway, so you want to have it next to the driveway. Don't put it this way, okay? Put it lengthwise, parallel to the driveway. And that way there, it has a 12-foot radius. I do have it a few feet off from the street, and if somebody turns around in the driveway, sometimes it will trigger it. So the unit is really nice, because it's detects the sheet metal. Just trying to see some of the, yeah, you can have 8 sensors, different volume levels, batteries, 1800 ampere hour batteries. Works really good. Not much to tell. I haven't had any false alarms with it. Definitely lets me know when someone's pulling it in the driveway, which I do like to know. In case there's people come that shouldn't be here. So anyway, it's works really well, and I'll get a shot of the unit itself, which I already did at the beginning of this. I'll have to move it around. But anyway, there you go. If you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right-hand corner. Make sure you hit the thumbs up algorithm or whatever. I believe I'm up at 141, almost 142,000 views. Crazy, right? So anyway, just appreciate you watching, and yeah, I'll get this posted. But anyway, so to me, this is the best way to go for a driveway sensor, simply because it doesn't go by motion. So that's always a plus. This is part of the driveway sensor. Goes by metal. This is the probe that you bury in the ground, okay? All right, you can see it's a fairly long, I think it should be longer, but it's a fairly long lead. That's what, maybe 8 feet? But you got to remember, on your post here, you're going to lose 1.5 feet up in there. So it's pretty easy to install, that you just jab that in the ground. I'll have to splice these videos together because I think I took some before. And then the probe is supposed to be buried roughly, not sure where I had the probe. Anyway, the probe was supposed to be buried roughly about 12 inches underground. So I'm going to dig a small hole for it. I had it buried earlier, but I had a malfunctioning problem, and I'm not sure what it was. So I'm going to rebury that. You got to bury it about 1/2 foot, 6 inches underground. And then there's your probe there. That's the transmitter. So that transmits to the house way down there, okay? But it wasn't working the last 2 or 3 days. A couple of these metal flags were written here somewhere, and I believe that was what was calling the malfunction. Because other than that, I've had it for a couple of months and it's worked really, probably longer. It's been really working really well. So I'll show you the only thing I don't like is when you bury that in the ground, there's no cut end on it. So your cable literally, well, I could show you. The cable, when you put it in the ground, you can see there's no outlet. You know, you think they would have had this cut up a little bit on the side going up. So when you put it in the ground, the cable does get kind of squished a tight, does get squished a little bit. So that's not a good thing. But anyway, I'll bury it and then show you the parts inside and that. But anyway, so yeah, you got to do it. The range of this probe right here is 12 feet, depending on what you have the sensitivity set up on the transmitter. So let me get that buried. Alright, this is a review of this driveway sensor. Now if you notice, while it has on-off, your sensitivity adjustment, I'm not sure how well you can see that because I can't see in the LCD screen, which these LED or LCD screens are shitty in some. So anyway, it has one connector, USB, as you can see here. It's a USB connector. You just take this. Once you get everything set, that just snaps on, push it on, and you're good to go. Now there is two parts to this, okay? Man, I gotta get some vegetation killer out here, holy shit. Anyway, there's a, God, I can't see. Anyway, there's another piece buried right over in here somewhere. I don't think it's this far over, because the cable's not that long on it. I think it's, I don't want to say it's 3 or 4 feet, but that's all it is. So I got it buried right here somewhere. And now the advantage with this particular driveway sensor, okay, is it does not go by motion. And most of them go by motion, as you well know. So the deer set it off, birds, something flying past, whatever, sets them off. This runs on, basically it senses metal, okay? Aluminum, I don't know if an aluminum car would set it off or not, but anyway, it senses metal, and even your cell phone can set it off. The range of it is quite a ways. I'll swing out this way, because this is where the unit's buried, somewhere along there, and then you can see the house. I think that's Nico. Yeah, that's Nico. But anyway, you can see that where the house is at, and it has no problem receiving the signal in the house. The driveway is 300 feet long, so it goes quite a ways. So I'm working on doing a little remodeling there. So anyway, will get the other parts to it, the box or whatever, and show you. Hey, Nico. This is a receiver unit. The only thing I don't like about this, it has different tones and stuff you can play with. But what I don't like about it, there's no light on it. So you don't know if it's on or not. Unless somebody pulls in the driveway or you test it. But anyway, that's what I don't like about it. There's no LED letting you know it's powered on. But it does receive very good. And okay, now when you first power this thing on, well, you can see it's a USB plug is all it is. Now when you first power it on, when you first apply power, okay, it's supposed to automatically come on, power up. But I'm going to turn it off. See that battery flash for a second? That means it's off. And when you first turn it on, it'll cycle through all 8 frequencies. Okay, and that's what it does, is it checks 8 frequencies. I have it, yeah. So anyway, just when you first power it up, it goes through all 8 frequencies. You can change the volume, you can change the note. I'm not going to do that. I like it where it's at. Now, if you ever need to reset it, okay, for some reason the frequency is not working right, because you can have more than one transmitter, you know, on this. So you hit the reset button and you hold that in, and it'll reset it. But when you do that, you have to also hit the reset button on the transmitter outside. So you're better off bringing them side by side in the house or garage or whatever, and then you can set it. Like right now, if I set it, it would be on probably, it starts at 1. And then you can set it, if you want it on number 7, you want it on number 6, that's all you have to do. So I just thought I would show you that real quick. And you can tell the volume. That's how you set the volume, is by pushing that button there. I don't want to change the volume though. But there is different notes.